So you're wondering, can you lose weight by cutting out dairy? All right, let's talk about it. In this video, we're going to talk about you looking to lose weight and the pros and cons of you keeping dairy in your diet. And then we'll go through what you absolutely cannot have in your diet if you're looking to lose weight. And last, we'll go through how dairy fits into the Code Red lifestyle. Okay, pros. It's a source of fat. I believe that 60% of your diet needs to come from fat. My belief is backed by research, data, and science. I'm not just pulling that out. It's true. This is the way that our species was created to eat, and we were eating fat for a millennia, long before the standard American diet came along and screwed everything up. So yeah, dairy is a source of fat. And when you're trying to get that fat percentage up to 60%, you're going to find that dairy is helpful. But I would argue that it's not a real good source of fat. I do allow my rebels to have a small amount of heavy cream in their coffee, but other dairy I find to be problematic, like cheese. Yeah, okay, let's talk about cheese. And a lot of you guys are looking at me like, oh, Cristy, I can't believe you're gonna say this. Well, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you wanna hear. And the reality is, there's 110 calories in one slice of cheese. So you get that cheese block out of the fridge and you slice one off, 110 calories right there. Well, how many times have you stood there with the refrigerator door open when it was dark in your kitchen and you sliced off 5 of those? Cheese is very calorie dense and people can't be trusted around cheese. Now, you'll notice on the Code Red lifestyle that cream cheese and cottage cheese is okay to eat. Well, that's because I haven't noticed it to be problematic for rebels on the lifestyle. You're only having a small amount of cream cheese and cottage cheese, and it doesn't get out of control like cheddar cheese or mozzarella cheese does. So when it comes to weight loss, I do cut dairy out of the diet. Again, I let people have a small amount of heavy cream in their coffee. But you need to understand, I'm not just trying to be a tyrant. I'm not just trying to be ridiculous. I'm telling you, dairy is problematic. For 2/3 of Americans, they can't metabolize lactose. And by the way, we're the only species that continues to drink milk and consume dairy of another species. And we're the only species that continues to drink milk after we've been weaned. So we were never made to consume dairy products after the age of 5. We don't even produce the enzyme lactose anymore. So if you notice you have a hard time breaking it down, like you have a little bit of dairy and your stomach starts to hurt, you have some digestive problems, join the club. A lot of Americans do. I notice that people's weight loss are so much better when they cut dairy out of their diet. You like your coffee? I do too. Believe me, I love my coffee, but dairy is problematic for me. It makes my face break out. It gives me bloating and digestive problems. And so I switched to nut pods. Yes, this is a dairy alternative. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 10 calories per tablespoon. You can put it in your coffee, you can put it in your tea, and it tastes great. This is cinnamon swirl, but it comes in a lot of different flavors. And they're really great. Plus, you can get a discount by entering the Code Red. I'll link it up below. Check these guys out. It's not that you're gonna be just like totally lost without your dairy. Oh, I'm never gonna be able to have coffee again. You can put this in it and enjoy it just as much. Some people say to me, look, Cristy, you know, I live on a farm, I have my own milk cows, and listen, I was raised on a milk farm too. I understand this. Now, Cristy, I drink milk, it hasn't been processed, there's no hormones in it, there's no chemicals in it. Is that okay? That's better than the store-bought milk. Yes, it's better. My experience is that I have never seen anyone actually reach goal weight by still consuming dairy and still drinking milk. I get it that you get it from the farmer's market or you get it from the guy down the road named John, but it doesn't negate the fact that milk was made to fatten up babies. Milk is there to fatten up baby calves. It's not made for you to consume. It's just not. As much as you like it, it's just not. So the reality is, if you want to lose weight and you want to quit asking for the seatbelt extender on the plane, you're going to need to cut out dairy. That's the bottom line. And it doesn't mean that you have to cut it out forever. I'm talking about in weight loss mode. Look, you're wondering, can I lose weight by cutting out dairy? Yeah, that's how you lose weight. You lose weight when you cut out dairy. And not to mention the fact that you're just gonna feel so much better. Your skin's gonna clear up. I can always look at someone and tell when they are eating, when they're consuming way too much dairy. If someone's got a lot of acne, they're consuming too much dairy. It's problematic for the skin. It is. And it's problematic for digestive issues. And you're going to notice someone that's consuming a lot of dairy, they are bloated and they don't feel good. So before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me what your experience on dairy is. Are you kind of old school generation that we drank 3 glasses of milk a day? Was that you growing up? Because I know what was kind of hammered into my mind. I'm 45 years old, so I was growing up around the food pyramid. I don't know, what is your experience with dairy? I would love for you to comment below and tell me your story so I can get to know you better. So you'll notice that the old school food pyramid, dairy is right there. And why is that? Well, look. The old school food pyramid is driven by industry, and the dairy industry was not going to be left out of this ballgame. They hired the most powerful lobbyists they could get their hands on to go to bat for them when it came to getting a spot on that food pyramid. They want to make sure that the Americans were consuming that dairy. They got their voice heard, and so we've been made to believe, oh, you got to drink that dairy for healthy bones. It's absolutely not true. You're not going to get healthier bones by drinking milk or consuming copious amounts of dairy. So if I could create a Code Red food pyramid, which I need to put that on my to-do list so I get that done, I would put dairy at the top. I would limit the amount of dairy that I have people eat because I know it's problematic and I know people can't control themselves. They want to put cheese on everything. It's one of the major problems with the keto lifestyle. They let you put cheese on everything, and people wonder why they can't lose weight or when they stop losing weight on keto. Well, that's one of the big differences is on Code Red, I take you off of dairy for the most part. I do allow you to have a little bit of heavy cream in your coffee if you choose to, but I do want you to get that dairy out of your diet because my job is to get weight off of you, okay? My job is to not only help you lose weight, but get you to heal better. Your body is gonna heal better if we can reduce that inflammation. We have to reduce inflammation. So it's not just about the weight loss. I get it, that's what you're wondering, dairy and weight loss. But the weight's gonna come off when you start to heal your body. How do you heal your body? Get your body off inflammatory foods. Dairy, I'm sorry to say it, I know you're gonna hate me, is inflammatory. On the 10-pound takedown, part of what you get is, of course, you're spending 30 days with me. Of course, I'm gonna come live to you and teach you something new every single day. But you're gonna get a tracking sheet and you're gonna get a food list. So it's a list of items that you are gonna have and a list of items that I want you to stay away from. Bam, easy, right? I mean, it's not hard, it's not rocket science. I just need you to reach out your hand and say, Cristy, I trust you. I'm gonna try things your way for 30 days. Give me your all for 30 days. I'll give you my all for 30 days. And I want you to see how much better you could feel by following the foods that I recommend. So click the link below to join the next rolling challenge. I'll see you on the next video.